Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as the Chez, and this is Chezzy Jones, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. And today we are here with some Grabbitz. That's me. It's me grabbing it, I guess. Now, I've listened to some Grabbitz over the years. I follow Grabbitz on Spotify, but I can't say I'm a Grabbitz expert. I don't have a very strong concept for this is Grabbitz in a nutshell. If you asked me to describe his music, I don't think I would confidently be able to give you a description. It's just music that I've heard here and there, and maybe a song or two has made it into a playlist. But I've never just tackled a whole album, a whole project from Grabbitz. So today is that day. We are taking a look at the brand new Grabbitz album, Big Epic Nothing. And so I feel like while going through this, we must decide, is this big and epic or is this just nothing? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Before we get started, I do want to quickly say I have a Discord if that is something that you are interested in. I have a lot of plans for non-reactionary content. So if you want to be a part of that, especially if you are a producer and want to compete in some challenges and things of that nature, I've got some things cooking, but you'll need to be in the Discord for it. So be sure to join. And let's get into the reaction. This is a relatively short album at 11 songs and only 34 minutes long. We've also got an interlude in the middle there. And I have not heard any of them. I've not heard any of the songs, so this should be a pretty fun experience. I'm hoping that I can also metamorphosize into a beautiful butterfly. That is all I want from this. The first track is Hero, Part 2. I don't think I'm familiar with Part 1, but sometimes going blind into the sequel can be an interesting experience. I do know that Grabbitz has a lot of singing on his songs, if not all of his songs, most of his songs. I've always been impressed by it. I love a good vocalist, because it's a skill I don't have. Just kind of bringing you into this thing. Some light guitar, not too much going on, but you're getting your emotions invested. Yeah, layered vocals, the layers. Everything's better with layers. A good layered cake, peanut butter and jelly, and Grabbitz music. The three necessities in life. Ooh. Hey. I don't know what you call this kind of music, this kind of synth, like that cyberpunky, I don't know, neon lights. What's that movie? Blade Runner. It gives me Blade Runner vibes. Like that style is, I love it. I don't know if that has a specific name, but there's a Nero song. I'll put it on the screen maybe. That Nero song I really enjoy. There's a lot of them. Turn this up, baby. I like that. This isn't a story where the where the hero dies at the end. The Dio. I just learned a new language. Ooh. Yeah, bring it in. Get rid of it. Bring it back in. Get rid of it. Yeah. Nicely done. Nicely done. Playing with my excitement. And then we're elevating it by hitting some higher notes, getting a little more aggression in the voice. Yeah. Definitely my favorite part. I love these kinds of synths, man. A good start, a good opener for sure. If there is a Hero Part 1, I should probably listen to it. I don't know the relation here, but yeah, a good start. I do really like the gritty, textured, again, cyberpunk. The word cyberpunk comes to mind. It's very much reminiscent of that sort of style there. So if there is a subgenre that primarily makes that kind of music, please give me the name so I can dive further in, or someone that makes a lot of that type of music. So that resonated with me. I think just the songwriting in general is good. The lyrics are pretty good, pretty catchy. It's got a good structure to it. The sort of playing with your expectations there near the end, where it was getting kind of grand and then it strips it away. Then it brings it in and then it's just like some piano and then it hits you. Like, that's cool. It gets you, ooh, oh, oh. It makes the release actually worth it. It's very cool. The chorus itself is produced very well. I think it's pretty big. It feels large, like a chorus should be. But in terms of just what is being sung, the way it's sung, I can't say it fully clicks with me in a way that like, oh, yes, I want to sing along, baby. But it's very well done. Just a great opener. Don't really have many, if any, production complaints. It's just whether it completely hit or not for me. But I think it did a lot that was definitely hitting. We're off to a good start. Let's keep on moving. Next is Love You Till I'm Dead featuring Rezz. And I haven't done a Rezz reaction on this channel. No, that's wrong. There was a Rezz collab on the Virtual Riot LP. But regardless, I enjoy Rezz from time to time. It's mid-tempo, I believe, right, is the genre primarily that Rezz produces. It's not a genre I particularly gravitate towards. I like some of the production that's done in it. It's very, bassy and whoopy and down low, but sometimes it can get a little bland or not quite click for me. But Rezz has definitely done some things that I do admire. And a lot of times the collabs where somebody collabs with Rezz, her style mixed with somebody else's style is usually pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what we're getting with some Grabbitz here. Hypnotize me, mesmerize me, spin me in your web. I do enjoy songs I can sing along to, and a lot of the notes that Grabbitz be singing, I can't sing along with. I don't have the talent. I'll have to sing it down here. Sing it down here. Love me some vowel sounds, some vowel harmonies. Yeah, that sub. Clean production. I think the percussion is quite subtle. None of it's bah, bah. It fits so nicely in the mix. Yeah, the backing vocals. The backing vocals make it. Do something here, come on. Oh, no, I want a little like breakdown or something there. Yeah, the use of the vocals is so good. Not just the singing of the actual verse or chorus, but just a little little touches, the little flares, the little layers. The layers! Yeah, all the backing vocals. Without them, it would sound much blander or less interesting. But it makes it feel more full and lively because of it. Yeah, even the more subtle moments in the songs still sound full enough. The pads and the subtle synths in the background. Hit you with it. I feel like this is probably going to apply to a lot of them, but there's only small moments that really wow me, where it's like, oh yeah. In that case, it was the backing vocals as well as that good, deep, bassy synth. And in the first one, it was, the cyberpunky synth in there. But the sort of appeal and what is impressive is just how well put together everything is. Like, everything's put together in such a clean way, such a professional way that, yeah, nothing really does strike me as bad or off either. It's just good music. It's just clean, well-made music. It's basically just an EDM pop song. Like, it's satisfying. It's got the verses and the chorus. It's produced cleanly. And there might be a little flair here or there. It's not trying to like flex sound design and do all these crazy auditory backflips for you. It's just delivering a message in a clean, juicy way. And it's doing it quite well. Moving along to And I Run, And I Run. All right. I like the breaths. I think it's a breath, like a like a gasp or something. Much more grungy and grit. Love the guitar sounds, the texture of the guitars. Yeah. Very cool production with this one. Yeah. I can't tell what it is. There's something missing. I feel like there needs to be a layer somewhere. Something else. One extra little piece. Because I feel like the vocals are mixed in a way that they sound grand, but the mixing of everything else doesn't quite hit the level of grandness that the lyrics command. And so it feels slightly weird to me, to my ears. He said ears. Cool. It's just slightly off. And I don't like this synth that comes in. The melody is playing is fine, but I don't like the synth itself for some reason. And it feels a little strange with this guitar solo thing going on. All the guitars are super well done though. This melody, what is this synth? It doesn't feel like it belongs in the song. Kind of weird. It's like the energy of the vocals is sort of like, the angst of the vocals and the main guitar, they go together, they work, but the other pieces don't feel as angsty. They feel like they belong in a different song, so it feels slightly disjointed. It's like two different moods kind of put together. Because you have the and that bloop, 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 bloop. Like, they just don't really fit together for me. So that one was a weaker one, just the guitars, still great. The singing, still great. The overall production, good. But I had more issues with it. And not even necessarily the mixing and things, but just sound choices, I think. Could have been better with that one. Felt a little awkward for me, personally. But next up is In the Dark. I like the kind of pretty different openings we've had on these 4 songs. Oh, Shut Me Up. Cool textures. Give us a chorus. Ooh, that's kind of satisfying on the ears. Don't like the little snare there. There we go. Yeah, a lot of the percussion needs more punch. It was the little drum roll fill thing that hit the punch that I wanted. That was satisfying. But a lot of the other stuff felt a little too subdued for what was happening. Needs to be a big, like just a little more punch. Yeah, that part. Yeah, I like the synths of this part, the stabs. Like, that's so cool. But then it feels so subdued now. It's a weird style that I don't think I like. It seems intentional, of course, but it's not clicking for me because I want it to and then still keep that energy. Yeah, those drums are sick. Yeah. Yeah, and then what is that snare? Like, what is that snare, bro? It feels so, it just loses all power for me. It's a complete letdown. So close to greatness. It's so close to being there for me. Because like like all that percussion is cool. It's punchy. It's hitting you the right way. That snare hits and smacks. But then the more stabby, bassy synth section, like the synths themselves are cool, but the percussion is so subdued there. It's just like, yeah, you're like jamming and then like beep, 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 If it's the chorus, it's gotta be the chorus, man. I wanna, but it sounds like, oh. It's playing with my emotions in a way I don't like. Did some really cool things, some cool ideas, but the overall execution didn't fully land for me, so mixed opinions on it. Next is Sleeping on a Fire Pit. Those were my plans for the evening, so now I have a soundtrack for it. That's great. Love this kind of vibe. Layers, let's go! No, that always happens, man. Don't have a lot to say during the verses of this one. There's not a lot going on. It's another one where it feels empty, or it doesn't. The drums don't match the punch. It's got a cool build up here. Here we go. It's not hitting you quite with the punch that it needs to feel grand like a chorus, the way some of the earlier songs did. For me personally, of course. This is just my personal opinion. But this is cool. This is a good little setup. These drums feel good for this section. And then yeah, we're picking up. Still kind of subtle, but you feel the energy rising. Oh, let's go, let's go! Nothing quite hits. The vocals, the synths, everything else is at the level it should be. Feels grand enough for a chorus, but the drums don't quite hit the energy that they need to. Yeah. Yeah, it still feels anticlimactic to me. But the surroundings, the setup is so good, but if the payoff doesn't quite hit you in the right way, it just feels disappointing. Another one I'm mixed on. I'm mixed, man. I'm mixed. The idea is so good. The idea is there. I've got no issues with like the vocals or like the guitars. It's just the drums or maybe missing a layer or whatever it is so that it doesn't feel like it is hitting quite the way I think it should. Maybe you perfectly nailed exactly the punch that you wanted, but for me, I'm wanting one step up from that. And I feel like Hero did it, and even the Rezz track, I feel like those did it. Now we're kind of being a little more subdued with the percussion here. Next is Saint Maniac.
Everyone tell me I'm a winner, waiting on the pitch, they be selling over dinner. But I know I'm way too loud and I'm way too dope to let my pay go down till I end up broke. I'll give you one crack, if it works you keep it, but then it's only blood and really none of my secrets. And I love it, trust them, high gunning from tech to my government jets. I fly some.
Hey, spitting the bars, okay. See, these drums, I feel like they match what's going on. During the verses, I think the drums are right. Okay. Hey, okay. Love the way this one makes me feel. Yeah, the layered vocals, the anger behind it. Still feel like the drums, I think they're punchy, but maybe just be a little louder. I think they've got the punch. The kick actually kind of thumps and the snare's good, but just be a little louder during the chorus or something. But I think overall they're meeting the vibe of the song. Yeah, I love when the vocals, the multiple vocals come in, they're like, shouting at me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one brought it back around. I think we're in a good place with this one. Obviously, I don't even have the lyrics on the screen or anything, so I can't take it all in while I'm trying to appreciate the music, but it seems like everything's written quite well, and the actual vocals themselves are great, obviously. Cool. Cool. Yeah. I got it. I see it. Same Maniac, baby. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful layers, baby. Those layers. Yeah, I think the production of that one, I don't have the complaints that I had with the last song or two. I think it all fit the overall mood and punchiness that I was expecting from the pieces of it. I think it did it well. I don't know if it's my kind of song. I don't think if it's my kind of style there, this sort of rock rappy mixture thing going on. Doesn't fully land for me, but that's just a personal taste. But I think it was executed well. I think it was good. And again, the layers of vocals, anytime Grabbitz especially layers those vocals, just all the vocals across the board so far have been pretty much perfect. So doing great things. I think that was a pretty good chorus. Next up, we have Underwater, which is an interlude. So we will play that and flow right into the next song, which is Gasping For Air, which makes sense. We are underwater and then we gotta get that air afterwards so we don't drown. So let's go. Interlude into Gasping For Air. Yeah. Soothing. You know how to use your voice. Freedom of speech, baby. Yeah, pretty little interlude. Give me a smooth transition into Gasping For Air. Let's go. Perfect. Very nice. The way the piano hits, every note just washes over you. Yeah, the use of vocals is so good. Little gasp there. Yeah, so like these drums got some punch. The screen's black, the credits roll. Would you ever see me again? I guess we'll never know. All the bars, man. All the bars. So many bars. Pretty satisfying. I still feel like there could another layer in there somewhere could do it some favors. But I gotta remember, this is also kind of rock and pop inspired, and usually they're not like super layered genres either, so I think that's just from my EDM mindset, my dubstep or something mindset. I just wanna make it so the strings don't show. Dreams getting tangled in a velvet rope. The breathing in the background, gasping, it's cool. Build it, build it, build it. There's another one that's clean. It's not doing too much that's wowing me, but also not doing anything bad either. Like, this is just a solid piece of music. I know there's happier ending somewhere. Oh, a smooth transition to the next song. Okay, honestly, I'll just let it play. I feel like I commented well enough for that one. We're almost towards the end here, so we'll just keep it moving. Misunderstood. I'll respect the smooth transition. Wasting my time, waiting for the perfect drug. I don't think it's coming. Yeah, I mean, clearly the best part of Grabbitz' music and talent is the use of vocals and the layers and the harmonies. It's very well done. All the mixing of the vocals and use of vocals has been on point. Really enjoying this intro so far. Let's go. What's the chorus? Give me a good one. Give me a good one. Yeah, okay. A sentiment I can relate to, you know? Feeling misunderstood is not a foreign concept. Pretty punchy drums, cool bassy synths. I don't love this section, but it's still cool. Pretty good chorus though. I like the notes and the lyrics of this chorus. Definitely up there in terms of my overall enjoyment. Honestly, I don't know if this one needed another chorus. I think we could have cut this one a little shorter because I don't feel like I'm getting something new with this last chorus here. What are we doing here? Anything? Just doing this again. Yeah, I don't know if we needed this last repetition. Could have maybe moved this section in the outro up and just cut out that last chorus. Flex your talent. Flex it. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. There were parts of it that were a little for me, like the bassy synth breakdown thing. Didn't really do much for me, but the vocals in this one were really, really good. I think the chorus was enjoyable. The lyrics themselves were really enjoyable. There was moments in this one that I really appreciated that I think this is definitely near the top for me overall, even if it did have some dips at parts, but pretty good. And the ending was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. But we're basically at the end here. We've got another 45-second little interlude of sorts called A Long Drive Through Time, and we'll let that flow into the final track, This Is Not Enough, 1987, in parentheses. So here we go, the final two little tracks. Let's go! Just in the car, it's raining, got the windshield wipers on. Trying to find some good music. What a vibe. Got the text. The dreaded text. Don't look at your phone. Don't text and drive, kids. Or adults, or anyone for that matter. Cool. Transition in. Yeah, cool setup for the final song. Feels like we're getting to the final journey. Like the whistles. I think they're whistles. Good verse. I like the rhythm of it. I like the energy overall of this one. I just need a chorus that hits in the right way, and we'll be off to the races with this one. Let's go. Give me a good one. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like a nice little indie rock song. I know it's because of the rock influences, but I still feel the drums, I don't know, because I'm thinking in EDM terms, I want the drums to just be a little louder, just a little bit. Hey, what's a good little ditty here? Whoa, not ditty, pause.
This is not enough. This is not enough. This is not enough to get you out of my head.
And then another layer here. We're on the final chorus here. Let's elevate a bit. Elevate. Okay, a little different,
This is not enough. This is not enough.
Layered vocals, man.
This is not enough to get you out of my head.
And that is Big Epic Nothing. Now, what do I think? Is it big and epic, or is it nothing? And I don't think it can fall into either one of those. I think it's right in the middle. I think it's some very serviceable music. I think it's very consumable music. I feel like pretty much all these songs can be enjoyed on some level by most people because it does have some poppy structure, poppy elements, or rock elements, indie elements. Like it's just very digestible music. You can learn the lyrics and sing along to the verses and chorus. Nothing's really offensive or bombastic or too outside the box. That would be like off-putting for an average listener. So I think it's all just good, serviceable, well-made music. Now, I do have my complaints that I've voiced throughout, but I do want to start with the praises because vocally, I don't think there was a single weak moment. I think all the vocals are great. The way the vocals are used with the layers and the longer, like turning the vocal into like just this ambience, and just it has this grand chorus energy at moments, or just the harmonies, just everything is so well done with the vocals. It adds so much depth and gravitas to the music, and all the notes that were hit perfectly. Absolutely exceptional use of vocals and singing throughout the entire album. Also think pretty much all the uses of guitars or guitar-like synths were very well executed. I love the different textures and the grittiness of a lot of the guitars and the more bassier synths and the acoustic-y elements as well. Just all very, very well executed. I think all the ideas for the most part were pretty good. I think there were maybe some moments that didn't quite land for me, but overall, I think it's well done. My complaints, however, are that there wasn't many of the songs that consistently wowed me. There might have been a moment like, ooh, that little drum fill was cool. Ooh, the vocals during this moment were so grand. That's cool. Or some of the synths near the beginning, those were cool. But nothing was like consistently hitting across the board, front to back for a song. It would dip in terms of my overall enjoyment with a certain moment or the way something was executed. And again, my complaints with a lot of the drums, I think it's because we started with a much more electronic feel, a much more punchy, gritty feel with Hero Part 2 and the Rezz collab, where everything was more just like punchy and deep and dark. And as we got through it, it became more indie rock type music. And so it still feels cohesive, but the punchiness started to become lost during certain moments where the drums weren't kind of hitting in the same punchy way. And maybe it does fit the music of what Grabbitz is going for in those other songs. But for me, it felt anticlimactic, or it felt like it was lacking in some way because of that. Because I know, indie music and rock music and stuff, the drums don't necessarily have to be the main punch or the main focus. But compared to some songs that do it well, they could feel a little emptier or a little more subdued in a negative way, personally, in my opinion. So I think Hero Part 2 and You Til I'm Dead were still probably the highlights for me. And I also liked Misunderstood and This Is Not Enough, including A Long Drive Through Time leading into This Is Not Enough. I think the actual vocals and singing during the chorus of Saint Maniac were good, but some of the execution wasn't my thing. And Gasping For Air also did some cool stuff. Like there was pieces to admire in each song, but there were also flaws in a lot of the songs that I pointed out as well. So there were a few moments that wowed me, but outside of that, I feel like it's just all consistently enjoyable, digestible music. I think you could put it on and have a good time with it, and put it on for just about anyone else and they'll have a good time with it. For me personally, it's not something I'm just completely blown away by. Like, I think this is just a solid album. I think it's solid. I think it's a pretty solid album. I think it's enjoyable. I don't think everything's quite firing in the ways that are fully clicking with me outside of a song or two, but I think it was definitely enjoyable to go through. And I do like what Grabbitz is doing. I do feel like he stands out in the space because he is blending those beautiful singing, beautiful harmonies, and just control over vocals and incorporating vocals with the rock, with the indie, with the melodic, with the electronic elements. It's a cool blend that I don't feel like a lot of people are doing. And so he's kind of carving his own niche here. And I think he executes it quite well, even if it doesn't always fully land with me. But what did you guys think? What do you think of Big Epic Nothing? What do you think of Grabbitz? What was your favorite song? What was your least favorite song? And what should I check out next? As always, a big shout out to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. Shout out to my absolute tune, Will Vegas. If you want early access to my videos, uncut versions of all my reactions, and bonus content every month, including checking out your suggestions, be sure to check out the Patreon. Links in the description. Again, if you are a producer and want to participate in some fun challenges that'll be coming down the road, be sure to join the Discord. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace.